That's totally up to you. I'm good for whatever. All right.
So, how long are you going to want the welcome? How long do you want the welcome?
Live from Cyclones Arena in Hudson, New Hampshire. It is the second stop of the PWHPA's Dream Gap Tour. Game 1 between Team Flanagan and Team Stecklein, just 28 minutes and 35 seconds away. Welcome inside Cyclones Arena. I'm Alex Thomas, happy to have you alongside here on this beautiful Saturday afternoon in New England. As we mentioned, this is the second stop of the Dream Gap Tour following Toronto in late September. We have 2 games on the docket for you today. The first one will feature Team Flanagan. They will be in the white uniforms this afternoon against Team Stecklein, who will be in the dark blue. First of 2, as we mentioned, coming up about 5 o'clock, Team Knight and Team Lamoureux will finish off day number 1. We welcome all of you joining us on the PWHPA YouTube page and our friends north of the border on CBC Sports on this Saturday afternoon. Let's get a chance to meet these 2 teams. First of all, Team Flanagan comes into today with a couple of gold medalists from the 2018 Team USA roster. Number 3 will be Courtney Turner. One of those gold medalists, number 5, Megan Keller. Erin Kickham, Nicole Anderson, Dakota Woodworth, McKenna Newkirk, Caitlin Sperling, Alexa Arambaru, Callie Flanagan, Tony Ann Miano, Gigi Marvin, Megan Sperling, Amanda Pelkey, Chelsea Zadie, Chelsea Goldberg, Jordan Geron, Jenna Rackleff, Brittany Opp, and Katie Burt will be on the roster for this team. 3 goaltenders for Team Flanagan. And we mentioned Ott and Burt, 2 of them. There's a big Boston College flavor on this team. Of course, Flanagan and Keller finished their NCAA careers a season ago. Tony Amiano 2 years ago. And Keller and Flanagan both won gold with Team USA. And they'll be taking on a Team USA teammate on Team Stecklein. A couple of them, of course, Lee Stecklein wearing number 2 was on that team, as was number 26, Kendall Coyne Schofield. Oh, some star power in this game. Let's meet Team Stecklein. Kim Sass, wearing number 1, will be one of the 3 goaltenders on this roster. Alyssa Gagliardi, Lee Stecklein, Olvia Zafudo, Emily Janiga, Paige Voigt, Morgan Turner, Alexis Wallace-Chuck, Ellie DiCaprio, Shay LeBay, Anika Zaleski, Haley Scamora, Jackie Greco, Reagan Haley, Hannah Brandt, Kendall Coyne Schofield, Nicole Giannio, Cassidy Sauve, Lauren Dom, Maggie Legou, and Bailey Larson will be the roster for Team Stecklein. We mentioned they are in the dark blue, warming up to our left. And warming up to our right is Team Flanagan. A couple of coaches today on each side. Bill Flanagan will be coaching Team Flanagan. Bill Wyan will be his assistant coach. Bill Flanagan is the head coach of the USPHL's NCDC Northern Cyclones. Wyan, is the head coach of the Premier League team in that organization. Now, of course, Bill is the father of Callie Flanagan, who is wearing number 16 in white. On the other end, Terry Watt will serve as the head coach this afternoon for Team Stecklein. Derek Alfama is the general manager of this team. About 25 minutes to face off here inside Cyclones Arena. Once again, I'm Alex Thomas, happy to have you here on this Saturday afternoon. First of two games here in Hudson, New Hampshire on the second stop of the Dream Gap Tour. Team Night, Team Lamoureux coming up at 5 o'clock. We'll take a break. We'll come back in and get you set for puck drop. Once again, Team Flanagan, Team Stecklein. You're watching the PWHPA Dream Gap Tour, stop number 2 at Cyclones Arena in Hudson, New Hampshire. It is the highly anticipated second stop on the PWHPA Dream Gap Tour. I'm Alex Thomas here with you from Northern Cyclones Arena in Hudson, New Hampshire. It is the first of 2 games today, first of 4 this weekend, as Team Flanagan will take on Team Stecklein in the opener of this second Dream Gap Tour stop. The first was in Toronto. There was a great crowd there, and to the surprise of no one, it is another packed house here at Cyclones Arena. I'll introduce both teams, and then it's time to drop the puck on this highly anticipated weekend here in Hudson, New Hampshire. We welcome all of you joining us here this afternoon on the PWHPA Facebook page, and rather YouTube page, and for our friends up north on CBC Sports. Let's meet the 2 teams. Toss it down to the PA.
Assistant coaches Joe Flanagan and Bill White. And now let's meet today's lineup for Team Flanagan. In goal, number 27, Jetta Ratcliffe. Number 29, Whitney Hawes. Number 33, Katie Burke. On defense, number 5, Megan Keller. Number 16, Callie Flanagan. Number 18, Tony Mangiano. Number 20, Megan Sperling. Number 21, Chelsea Ziadi. At forward, number 3, Courtney Turner. Number 6, Eric Kickham. Number 9, Nicole Anderson. Number 9, Dakota Woodward. Number 11, McKenna Newkirk. Number 12, Caitlin Sperling. Number 16, Alexa Araburu. Number 19, Gigi Marvin. Number 21, Amanda Pelkey. Number 24, Chelsea Goldberg. And number 27, Jordan Jerron. Ladies and gentlemen, Team Flanagan. And now, please welcome today's opponent, Team Stecklein. Your coaching staff, General Manager Derek Alfama. And the head coach of Team Stecklein, Taylor Watt. Now the starting lineup for Team Stecklein. In goal, number 1, Kim Sass. Number 32, Cassidy Salve. Number 35, Lori Don. On defense, number 2, Alyssa Gagliardi. Number 2, Lee Stecklein. Number 3, Olivia Zafuto. girls team. She is a graduate of Providence College. Please welcome from Marietta, New York, Chris Daly.
Oh, ceremonial puck drop. Team Stecklein and Team Flanagan, the captains coming out to center. Get our festivities underway. Team Flanagan will be wearing the white uniforms today with the black letters and numbers.
Ladies and gentlemen, will you please rise and remove your caps for the USA.
We will rise for both the United States and the Canadian national anthems. Game one action on this first day of the PWHPA Dream Gap Tour. Second stop of this tour here at Cyclones Arena in Hudson, New Hampshire. Once again, I'm Alex Thomas. Happy to have you here in both the United States and Canada, really around the world on this beautiful Saturday afternoon in New Hampshire. I mentioned the first stop of this tour was in Toronto in late September. A New England-based team scrimmaged against the Boston College Eagles of the NCAA on that same weekend, and a group headed out to San Jose, California, where the PWHPA iced a team that took on the San Jose Sharks alumni and actually won that game, which was very cool, as Kendall Coyne-Schofield played in that game. And of course, she's going to be part of the San Jose Sharks broadcast this season. She did some work for NBC Sports Network last year, so very cool for her. And she'll be in the dark blue uniforms that have the white letters and numbers for Team Stecklein as we get set to get underway. Team Flanagan will go from right to left across your screen. Team Stecklein from left to right. It is a packed house. It was loud in here during introductions. We can expect that energy to remain the same all afternoon long. A terrific back-to-back slate here today in Hudson, and we are underway. Happy to have you with us here on this Saturday afternoon. There is Kendall Coyne Schofield, the Northeastern alum and former Patty Kazmaier winner, who will fire the first shot on goal. That's gobbled up by Katie Burt. Burt, formerly of the NWHL's Boston Pride, also played her college hockey at Boston College. Number of former Eagles on this Team Flanagan group, led by Callie Flanagan. Number of recent Eagles as well. Flanagan, Keller, and McKenna Newkirk were all on the team a season ago that made the NCAA tournament. They lost in the national quarterfinal in overtime at Clarkson. One of two Hockey East teams to make that tournament. This is moved up ahead. Gigi Marvin will gain the blue line, dump the puck in deep. Marvin first one on it. A little over half a minute into this hockey game from Cyclones Arena. Centering pass intended for Marvin. That was Chelsea Zadie, the former Harvard Crimson. Crimson hosted the women's Beanpot a season ago and actually upset Northeastern. We'll check that upset Boston College. Northeastern was upset by Boston University in a shootout in that tournament. Takes place every February and alternates between the campuses of those four Boston-based colleges: Northeastern, BC, BU, and Harvard. This is kept in. Tip. That was off of Emily Jania's stick, and that'll go into the corner and allow Team Flanagan the clear. Inside of their own blue line, Team Stecklein moves it across center. McKenna Newkirk tried to get a piece of it, came to Larson, turned over and moved up ahead by Team Flanagan. Into the skates of Jordan Geron, and she'll just dump it in deep with 1 minute and 40 seconds gone by in our first period. First of two games, Team Lamoureux and Team Knight will take the ice a little before 5 o'clock. Puck drop a little after 5. We'll have that game for you, and then tomorrow morning, the consolation game here will be followed by the championship at 1:30 tomorrow afternoon. Turned over, side of the goal, comes out in front. Burt tries to steal it away, and she does. Turned over at the blue line, very nearly offside. That was Paige Voigt, the former Merrimack Warrior. Nicole Anderson chases after it. Anderson trying to center it, rather, for Erin Kickham, but unable to connect. There's Voigt. Forced in by Megan Sperling, and the puck goes in deep. Olivia Zafudo will recover it for Team Stecklein. Moves it up across center, right onto the stick of Paige Voigt. Drops it back for Zaleski. She'll gain the blue line. Goes in deep, watched by Sperling. Centering out in front, nobody home. Rotated down low, Anderson for Flanagan. She'll fire it around the wall. Callie Flanagan made history earlier this season when she joined the USPHL's Northern Cyclone. She's an assistant coach with the NCDC team, and she is the first ever female coach in that junior league, a Tier 3 junior league here in the United States. A great feature by Josh Boyd up on the Women's Hockey Tribune on Flanagan breaking that barrier. An assistant under Bill Flanagan. Goldberg forces the turnover at the Stecklein blue line and will fire the puck in deep. She's bumped off. Good defense by Morgan Turner. Errant pass from Reagan Haley, far side of the ice, shot right on, and Burt will gobble it up and hang on for a whistle. Now Flanagan finished her NCAA career at Boston College a season ago and then joined the coaching ranks here. Now captaining a team, and for all intents and purposes, the hometown team today with Flanagan on Team Flanagan. Face-off is to the right of Katie Burt. Shots on goal, 2-0 in favor of Team Stecklein. Bit of a feeling out process here early in this hockey game. Great turnout yesterday for the girls hockey clinic, and Amanda Pelkey, we'll see later today on, rather what we're seeing right now on Team Flanagan, actually served up coffee and met fans at a Dunkin Donuts in nearby Nashua, and then a number of the players were here last night taking photos and signing autographs with fans and really making memories that will last a lifetime. And the support that they got in Toronto and that they have gotten here in Hudson has been terrific. Shot was blocked by Dakota Woodworth. Up to center, McKenna Newkirk hopped over her stick. She was another star on that Boston College team. Kendall Coyne trying to weave her way to the net. She does to the forehand, pushed it wide. Former Patty Kazmaier winner and Northeastern alum. She was terrific for the Huskies, who have become a national powerhouse. They won 5-0 last night and have won back-to-back Hockey East championships and hosted their first ever NCAA tournament game a season ago. Unfortunately, it was a game they lost 3-2 in overtime at Cornell at Matthews Arena. All the way back to receive it is Megan Sperling. Inside of her own blue line, flips it up to center. Alyssa Gagliardi will force the turnover, carries it in. Another former member of the Pride. Jackie Greco with it now. At the blue line, she'll fire a weak shot in that Katie Burke will gobble up for a whistle. 15-19 to go. Shots on goal, 4-0 for Team Stecklein. Team Flanagan unable to set up the offense just yet. And another ozone face-off for Team Stecklein. Shot will go wide off the stick of Greco. Comes back out to the blue line. Fired in deep. Sperling in there defensively for Team Flanagan. She's been good in the early going of this hockey game, breaking up offensive looks for Team Stecklein. That's shipped out to center. It's been really cool seeing a number of players who were either playing together in college, getting back together here again, or players who were heated rivals in college, or even heated rivals on the international stage. We'll see a number of players from Team USA and Team Canada throughout the day today. That was one of the best hockey games maybe of all time, that gold medal game in 2018. But they have all come together no matter how heated that rivalry is. We'll get back to that in a second. Turnover at the blue line. Pass across, they score! Paige Voigt knocks it home. And Team Stecklein's been pressuring all period long. And they get the icebreaker 5 minutes and 32 seconds in. Paige Voigt played her college hockey down the road at Merrimack. And she's got the first goal of the Dream Gap Tour Hudson stop, and it's 1-0 Team Stecklein. That was a beautiful feed across Hannah Brandt. Another one of those U.S. Olympians with the assist. And Paige Voigt, what a collegiate career she had. Merrimack started a Division I hockey program that played in Women's Hockey East from scratch. There wasn't even a club team in Merrimack. And they were in the playoffs relatively earlier and expected to compete in that conference, one of the best in the country. And Paige Voigt was a huge reason why Merrimack was able to get to where they are today. And she opens the scoring here this afternoon. Brandt walks into a shot. That's blocked. So Hannah Brandt will get the only assist on Paige Voigt's goal at 5:32 of the opening period. And Team Stecklein, which has a 6-0 advantage in shots, has a 1-0 lead in this game, as Reagan Haley will pick up speed across center. Lost a handle on the puck as Courtney Turner separated her, but Turner lost a glove and a stick, so she couldn't do anything with it, and it's immediately dumped in by Team Stecklein. Wrapped around the wall, into the skates of Turner. Turned over, off of Zaleski, and it falls right to Alyssa Gagliardi. Turned over at the blue line. Fired in deep by Emily Jania. Up for Goldberg. Pass missed her. Comes back for Lee Stecklein, the captain of this team. Bobbled it under some pressure from Turner. Goldberg in support for Team Flanagan. Jania up across center. She'll move it ahead for DiCaprio, who fires the puck in deep. 12:48 to go in our opening period. Team Flanagan still searching for their first shot, trailing in this game 1-0. Happy to have you here with us on the PWHPA YouTube page, streaming here, and on CBC Sports. Kendall Coyne left the puck behind, but boy, she is quick. We saw her last year in the NHL All-Star Skills Competition at the SAP Center in San Jose, competing the fastest skater. She beat out Clayton Keller. Little collegiate bragging rights, Northeastern over BU, as Amanda Pelkey will come in. Pelkey, wrist shot right on, and a save made. First shot of the hockey game for Team Flanagan, and it's from Amanda Pelkey, and it's a good one with 12:08 to go. A good scoring chance, but gobbled up by Cassidy Salve. Salve, a former Vermont goaltender, also in the Hockey East. Sperling. And Vermont made the playoffs late in the season a year ago in the Hockey East. Fell in the opening round, an opportunity right on, and Katie Burt will steer it aside. So Team Flanagan starting to get a little more comfortable here. Katie Burt has weathered the early storm. Hops over Alyssa Gagliardi's stick, will go all the way down. Jackie Greco, first one there. Icing was waved off. Little over 8 minutes into this opening period. 1-0 Team Stecklein, goal by Paige Voigt, former Merrimack forward. Fired in by Hannah Brandt across center. Takes an awkward hop. It was actually a delayed offside as well against Team Stecklein, so they had the tag up. Megan Keller weaves her way into the offensive zone. Here's Keller with speed, trying to center it. Hit off of a skate. That was Maggie Leu, who lost the handle on it. Walked out in front by Geron, but she couldn't tap it home. Another shot from the point, save made. Rebound sits out in front. Nobody there to collect in the slot. Oh, Team Flanagan applying some pressure for the first time. Gigi Marvin chasing after it. Collected by Team Flanagan. Eraburu lost the handle on it. Moved up by Hannah Brandt. She'll gain center. Dump it in and go for a change, but the first one on it is Haley Scamora, another former Northeastern Husky. Scamora, shot knocked away by Burt, moved up ahead by Team Flanagan. They'll gain center, fire it in deep, and that'll allow 5 new skaters to come on for Team Flanagan as they make a change. 9.5 in to this opening period. Pass got away from Erin Kickham. Lost the handle on it. It's carried in by Gagliardi. She lets a shot go. That's a little high and will go wide all the way up to the blue line, kept in by Stecklein. She'll center in deep. Pass out in front for Voigt. Missed the mark. Comes up to the far blue line. Kept in by Morgan Turner. Back up to the point and fired in deep by Wallachuk. Halfway through our opening period, shots 8-2 in favor of Team Stecklein, who leads us 1-0 on Paige Voigt's goal. Wallachuk, shot is blocked, comes out into the slot. It's moved away by Megan Sperling. Up ahead for Caitlin Sperling, and she'll gain center and fire it in deep. That'll allow Team Flanagan to make some changes. Puck bounced off the end wall, but it is collected by Lee Stecklein, the captain of this team, another gold medalist for Team USA. Winning that thrilling shootout over Team Canada in the gold medal game. Settled down by Nicole Anderson. Moved up ahead, Goldberg into the slot. Shot was partially blocked, squirts loose, and eventually taken by Gagliardi, who will gain center. Lubby. Twirl off the puck. Check out, that's Ellie DiCaprio. Each team with some duplicate numbers. Gagliardi had it poked away by Courtney Turner, who gains the blue line. She'll pull up Zaleski all over her. Turner into the slot for Keller. Takes the long way toward the goal and lets a shot go. That's gobbled up by Sauve with 8:54 to go. Shots now 8-3 for Team Stecklein, who leads this game 1-0. Reminder, Team Lamoureux will take on Team Knight here at 5 o'clock. Monique Lamoureux Mirando and Jocelyn Lamoureux Davidson will captain that team against Hillary Knight. And those are a couple of loaded rosters as well. Really a star-studded group of teams here this weekend in Hudson. Pass back for Greco, hit his stick, and as a result will not be icing. This is going to come all the way down with 8.5 to go. That pass got over Brandt and Coyne and will come into the Team Flanagan zone. Stretch pass, trying to catch Team Stecklein in a bad change, but Amanda Pelkey couldn't handle it. Pelkey gains the blue line. She'll weave her way around Coyne, pull up along the far wall, try to get it back, but an excellent job by Kendall Coyne-Schofield. Forces a turnover, and now she'll take it up across center. Try to get a pass across to Zafudo, was read perfectly. Loose change comes to Brandt. Shot was blocked, never reached goal, and be cleared out by Team Flanagan out to center. Leu will play it across, out of the reach of Larson. Amanda Pelkey chasing after it for Team Flanagan. Up the wall, and Team Flanagan will move it up ahead. That is off the skate of a forward and nearly found its way into the Team Stecklein bench. Comes back out to the blue line. Puck bouncing in the Team Flanagan offensive zone. Sperling will turn and fire it in aimlessly. It falls right onto the stick of Leu. Chipped in by Larson. Duran trying to clear the zone, but had a pair of blue jerseys flock to her immediately with 7:20 to go in our opening period. Team Stecklein's got a goal from Paige Voigt. One of 8 shots here in roughly 13 minutes of game action. It's the only goal we have seen so far. Flanagan with speed. Finds Duran, dropped from McKenna Newkirk. Trying to center it. Unable to connect. That was Araburu who was the intended target. Now she'll make a change as Team Stecklein. Paige Voigt bobbles it at center. She'll chip it into the blue line, but it's immediately volleyed back out to center. Stecklein for Wallace-Chuck. That was an errant pass. Kicking the shot, and on they score! Chuck, that was an errant pass. Kicking the shot, and on they score! It comes 13-21 into the opening period, and Erin Kickham's got this all knotted up. It was a long shot from the point. There's a little bit of traffic in front, and it's that old hockey adage, pucks to the net, and it pays off here for Team Flanagan. This is tapped into the zone. Tony Andiano, another one of those former Eagles, tried to clear the zone, forced back by Zaleski, and Team Stecklein will go to work once more. 6:15 to go in our opening period. Voigt. Megan Keller going to pick up a helper on that goal. So she's got the first point of the weekend for her, and now she's got the puck up across center. Will gain the blue line. Keller leaves it for Anderson. Shot from an angle right on, a save made. A big rebound into the slot, but cleared away by Team Stecklein. Looks like Team Flanagan's got their legs underneath them here as Courtney Turner is working in the offensive zone. Forces it back for Gigi Marvin. What a move, a backhander right on, and it's knocked away by Cassidy Sobe. 5:38 to go in the first period. We invite you to stick around during our first intermission. We'll have some player profiles to share with you, and we'll also got some interviews throughout the day that you were sure to be interested in. We'll be sure to keep you entertained as we resurface the ice here and get you set for the second period. This comes out to Sperling at center. Chelsea Zadie tips it up ahead for Turner. And the skates of Brandt turned over Coyne. Lebby shot, that one goes wide. Coyne picks up the loose chain, tries to play it back to the blue line. She does. It is held by Leu. Her shot tipped toward goal and knocked away by Katie Burt. One of the best goaltenders to ever lace them up at Boston College, Katie Burt, with a backhander toward goal by Hannah Brandt. What a move in tight, but she just got a little too much underneath it. Coyne goes down along the near wall and takes Goldberg down with her. She gets right back up into the play, trying to center a pass in front for Brandt, hit off of his skate. And now another centering pass is all the way out to the blue line. Larson collects. She'll fire it down for Coyne. Excellent pressure here in front for Larson. Pushed it wide. Collected by Team Flanagan. And finally, they will relieve the pressure up across center. Turner leaves it for Gigi Marvin. Marvin walks into the backhand. Save made and a big rebound cleared out immediately. That was Haley Scamora in there to pick up the rebound and transition up the ice for Team Stecklein. 4:25 to go in our opening period. 1-1 your score from Cyclones Arena in Hudson, New Hampshire. First of 4 games this weekend, first of 2 today. Shot through traffic from Larson. Goes wide. Bailey Larson wearing number 71. 4:05 left in our opening period now. Team Stecklein has started to tilt the ice back into their favor. They dominated the first stretch of this hockey game. Team Flanagan was able to get their legs underneath and tie this game at 1 and then get a couple of good chances. But since then, Team Stecklein has wrestled the momentum back. Up across center, Haley Scamora will collect it, turned over, trying to catch Team Flanagan in a change. Centered out in front for Paige Voigt. Trying to get the Hockey East connection, unable to do so. Now Stecklein at the point, weaves her way to the slot. Her shot blocked, never reached Katie Burt, and it's cleared out away by Team Flanagan. Moved across center, Amanda Pelkey, bumped by Wallace Tuck. Zaleski fires it across for Lee Stecklein. She'll gain the blue line. Stecklein holding, dishes it off far side, and a shot right on, gobbled up by Katie Burt. That was Morgan Turner coming in with 3:22 left in our opening period here from Cyclones Arena. The fan support here today has been nothing short of terrific, as it was in Toronto. Another stop coming up shortly in Chicago as well. It's out of the reach of Turner, going to go all the way down the ice. Collected by Chelsea Zadie. Zadie, the former Crimson, skates it out into the neutral zone, finds Giron. Far side for Anderson, she'll tip it in deep. Alyssa Gagliardi gets inside positioning. Sheds Anderson, moved up the wall for Turner. Put it into the skates of Hannah Brandt. Brandt fights for her and is able to chip it up ahead for Jackie Greco, but it was out of her reach, and Anderson will take center and fire it in deep for Team Flanagan in the final 2:40 of our opening period of action here on this doubleheader Saturday at Cyclones Arena. Leu gains the blue line with speed. Her shot from an angle right on, and Burt makes the save. It was a trickier save than it initially looked like for Katie Burt. Looks like she was waiting for the pass out into the slot, and instead, Leu just threw the puck on net and nearly snuck that one in. But Katie Burt, it's not easy to beat her. Terrific collegiate career, and then played in the NWHL with the Boston Pride. Shot from Zafudo goes high and off the end wall, and will come all the way out into the neutral zone. Of course, she's one of many former NWHL players here this weekend, and somebody who spent a lot of time in this New England area. Erin Kickham, the goal scorer for Team Flanagan, breaks up a pass, moved up ahead for Sperling. Turned over Zafudo at center. Zafudo bumped off the puck. Good job by Megan Sperling. Turned over once again. A shot toward goal comes on the Katie Burt, and she'll hang on for a whistle with 1:55 to go. It looks like Jania was pressuring the goal, coming in hard from the slot. She blew an edge and went into Katie Burt. Not a big collision by any means, but Burt was not going to take any chances and let up a rebound with a $1:55 to go. Face-off won by Team Stecklein. Immediately chipped out to center. Good job by Chelsea Goldberg, number 24 in white. Coin into the midsection of Goldberg. She'll settle it down and play it back to the Team Flanagan defense. Tony Ann Miano gives it off for Megan Keller. We want to talk about ability to transition the puck from the defensive zone up into the offensive zone. Nobody was better than Megan Keller in the NCAA a season ago at doing that. She's out there now with a former teammate, Tony Ann Miano. Miano finished her collegiate career during the 2017-18 season. 70 seconds thereabouts left in this period. McKenna Newkirk will fire it in deep. 1-1 your score on the first game of this doubleheader Saturday. Team Flanagan looking for one here as we hit the final minute of period number 1. McKenna Newkirk plays it back up to the blue line. Megan Sperling. Zadie, her shot partially blocked by Larson. Turner. Good stick work by Bailey Larson. Up for Coyne. Finds Larson with speed. Coyne will go for a change. Larson's shot hit off of Sperling's leg, and will go in behind Team Flanagan's goal with a little over half a minute to go in the opening period. Team Stecklein with a 10-5 advantage in shots. This is kept in by Haley Scamora. She'll keep the pressure on. 27 seconds to go. Intended for Greco, but the pass was intercepted by McKenna Newkirk. Evades Scamora up to center for Dakota Woodworth. Turned over at the blue line. 16 seconds to go. Puck sent in deep. Megan Keller, first one on there for Team Flanagan. Fires it around the wall. Comes to Jordan Giron. Knocked down at the Team Stecklein blue line, but a good job by Giron to force a turnover. Anderson in there as well. Keller with 1 second to go, and that will do it for the opening period of play from Cyclones Arena. East side gets a goal here in the opening 20 minutes. Team Stecklein with 10 shots to Team Flanagan's 5. Team Stecklein opened the scoring on a Paige Voigt goal, assisted by Hannah Brandt at 5:32, and then it was Erin Kickham who gets the goal from Megan Keller at 13:21. Kendall Coyne-Schofield wearing number 26 on Team Stecklein, and boy, is she had quite a last really calendar year, going from the NHL's All-Star Skills Competition to NBC Sports Network, and now working with the San Jose Sharks broadcast team. And oh, by the way, she's taking part in the PWHPA Dream Gap Tour. We profile Kendall Coyne-Schofield, and when we come back, we'll have an interview for you here from Cyclones Arena. Once again, your score: Team Stecklein 1, Team Flanagan 1 after 1.
Leading up to the All-Star weekend, I didn't really know the conversations that were being had up until 4 hours before, when I got a call that said, you're going to be the first woman to compete in the NHL All-Star Skills Competition. I was so excited because I knew this moment was going to break a lot of barriers, it was going to open a lot of doors, and it was going to change the landscape of women's hockey forever.
Alex is coming. There you go. Beautiful. What happened here? Wow. Wow. That is not what we wanted right there, guys.
Leading up to the All-Star weekend, I didn't really know the conversations that were being had up until 4 hours before, when I got a call that said, you're going to be the first woman to compete in the NHL All-Star Skills Competition. I was so excited because I knew this moment was going to break a lot of barriers, it was going to open a lot of doors, and it was going to change the landscape of women's hockey forever. When I got to the starting line, I do remember feeling the pressure of knowing that I cannot fall, I cannot stumble. You have to have a clean run or the narrative changes to "I told you so." The women don't belong. As soon as the whistle blew, I just went and everything was a blur. And 14.346 seconds later, here we are. It was a moment that proved women belong in the sport of ice hockey, and a moment that all of us have worked so hard for. That's the moment you dream about. We were able to showcase ourselves at the NHL level, and so I think it's time that we start to get the respect that we deserve. We're put in the same conversation. We're all hockey players. There's a lot of stereotypes that come with playing a sport that's considered male dominant. I've heard it all. I've been told I'm not big enough, not strong enough. So just to be a visible, living proof that you can accomplish anything you set your mind to, regardless of your size, it is pretty cool, and it just makes me so excited to see all these young girls sending videos to me of them skating and doing their lap, and now they can aspire to compete in the NHL All-Star Skills Competition because that barrier has been broke.
A great day so far. We're expecting a weekend full of lots of energy, excitement, and support for these women.
the crowd here has been terrific. I mean, we talked before the game today about how great the turnout was in Toronto. Hudson's lived up to the billing, hasn't it?
It has. We're really excited to see this kind of support, and we know that our messaging and this movement is powerful, and it's going to impact for generations to come. So it's great to see people stand behind these women and what they're pushing for.
You know, you mentioned generations to come, and one thing that I've noticed is all the youth hockey jerseys in the building today. All the different kids wearing their youth hockey jerseys. How cool is that for you to see?
Yeah, I mean, ultimately that's something that we keep front of mind all the time. And for many of us as young girls, we didn't have opportunities like this to see women of this caliber playing the game in a professional way. And we want to ensure that they have something really great to aspire to, and that's the long-term sustainable solution for the game.
One thing that I laugh at when I look at these rosters is, you know, you go back to the 2018 Olympics, right? And it's such a big rivalry, such a great game. Now you have players from both sides working to a common goal. How cool is that for you to see and be a part of?
You know what? The future of the game is way more important, I think, than those relationships and the rivalries. And I have no doubt that rivalry will remain as strong, as intense and heated as it is. But when we're talking about the future of the game, that's something that we can all agree on and stand behind.
One more question for you. You guys have another stop coming up in Chicago as well. What do you hope to gain here moving forward today? What do you expect in Chicago as well?
We're continuing to try to drive awareness to the need for a professional women's hockey league that provides the resources, the infrastructure that these women need and they deserve, and so that the next young girl that wants to play the game knows she's going to have a professional opportunity.
Well, thanks for this. It's been a great start to the weekend, and we're expecting it to continue on. Great hockey so far. We appreciate the time. We're going to take a break, come back in, but first, we take a look at Brianna Decker.
There wasn't one tipping point that set us off to, fight for women's rights and equal pay. Our contract hadn't changed in over 20 years, and we had the right group of girls in the room that knew we could stand up against USA Hockey and fight for equal pay. Heading into World Championships in 2017, I think that's when we were like, let's take a stand. We're not going to end up going to World Championships unless we get the right and correct support from USA Hockey. And so for us to be able to sacrifice that tournament, put it on the line, was a huge statement from our end. It was awesome to see how much support we had around the U.S., all the youth teams, college teams leading into the tournament. We showed up only a couple days before, and I knew we were going to win the tournament heading in, even without the pre-camp and preparation. I think we just had an unbreakable bond that no one could really stand up against. So at the NHL All-Star game, I ended up doing pretty well, but I didn't understand the hype and everything, or the hashtag #PayDecker until maybe the next day, the next morning, I realized my phone was blowing up pretty good. There was a young fan, a young girl who ended up videotaping it, and that's what made everything blow up and be an exciting moment for women's hockey. I think there's still some work to be done as far as working with USA Hockey and making sure that we're getting everything that we do deserve. There's still conversations that need to be had, but USA Hockey's done a great job putting their best foot forward right now, and we're excited to continue to work with them. Advice to younger girls playing, just be fearless out there. You're going to have people who are going to tug away at you and want to tear you down, but just be fearless and have fun with what you're doing.
can't do anything about it. Ladies, you're not going to be able to stand there when they come out because there's a camera there. I'm so sorry, but you can't do it.
(1-1) your score through 20 minutes of action here at Cyclones Arena in Hudson, New Hampshire. I'm Alex Thomas. Happy to have you with us on this Saturday afternoon. You want to once again thank Jana Hefford for joining us in the first intermission. Getting a chance to catch up with her, the PWHPA consultant, and of course a Team Canada Olympian. Welcome back to Cyclones Arena in Hudson, New Hampshire. I'm Alex Thomas. Second period action. Want to thank Jana Hefford for joining us in the first intermission from the PWHPA, and of course, my Team Canada Olympian. And we welcome those of you watching us from north of the border on CBC Sports. Of course, hockey in Canada on Saturday is, well, religion essentially. And I welcome those of you watching us in the United States and around the world as well here on this Saturday afternoon. Team Flanagan, Team Stecklein from Cyclones Arena, 1-1 your scores. We kick off the second period. Gigi Marvin forced back. Team Flanagan attacking from left to right. Team Stecklein from right to left across your screen. Haley Scamora will walk it in. Scamora, wrist shot, put it wide. Did a good job of working Callie Flanagan out of a shooting lane and getting one on, and now here is Flanagan to take it the other way. She puts a shot right on, and that's gobbled up for the first whistle of our second period. It was 44 seconds in. Once again, I'm Alex Thomas. Happy to have you. Let's recap your scoring in the first period. Paige Voigt, who played her college hockey at Merrimack down the road, picked up the first goal of the hockey game at 5:32 from Hannah Brandt. Team Stecklein was all over Team Flanagan in the early going of this hockey game, and then it was Erin Kickham who got the goal at 13:21 on a feed from Megan Keller. It was a long-range shot, not necessarily a high-danger scoring chance, if you will, but it was one that fooled Cassidy Sauvé. Sauvé in goal again here in the second period, opposite Katie Burt, who got the start for Team Flanagan. And it'll be Burt who hangs on for a whistle on a shot from the wall from Ellie DiCaprio. Don't forget, coming up next, shortly after 5 p.m., Team Lamoureux, led by Olympic gold medalist Monique Lamoureux-Morando and Jocelyn Lamoureux-Davidson, will take on Team Knight, led by Hillary Knight. I've seen a couple of Hillary Knight jerseys in the crowd here today, and of course she took part with a number of these great women yesterday in that girls' hockey clinic and making memories with a lot of the young girls. We talked to Jana Hefford about that in the first intermission. You see all the young girls here in the crowd today wearing their youth hockey uniforms, and this is what it's all about. And really the PWHPA has done a terrific job with this Dream Gap Tour. And you saw the crowds up in Toronto. The crowd here is terrific. And it's expected to be terrific again tomorrow. Pelkey drops it back, intended for Kickham. That's chipped away, and there's Kendall Coyne, one of the stars of women's hockey. She exchanges some shoves with Megan Sperling. Puck comes loose for Paige Voigt. She'll collect it on the far wall and navigate to safety. Voigt kicks it up to her forehand with speed. Here comes Paige Voigt, but the puck's stuck. Of course, early in the period, ice still settling a little bit, so Paige Voigt will leave it behind, and the puck is cleared all the way down. Olivia Zafudo will collect it from Team Stecklein. Moves it up towards center. That is out of the reach of DiCaprio. Puck bounces around, eventually taken by Pelkey. Pelkey up ahead for Chelsea Goldberg. Spins in her own zone, turns it over. But an excellent job getting back by Team Flanagan. Could have resulted in something as Zaleski was in there for Team Stecklein. Zaleski will pick it up, fire it right on. Katie Burt knocks it down. Taken by Kelly Flanagan. Trying to spin away from trouble. She does. Intended for Chelsea Goldberg. A little too far ahead of her. Puck comes loose in front of the Team Stecklein bench, but eventually falls into the Team Flanagan blue line and is taken by Tony Ann Miano. Out of the reach of Goldberg all the way down the ice, and we will have an icing call with 16:52 to go in our opening period, our second period of our opening game. Excuse me. Action continues tomorrow at 11 a.m. Consolation game of the Dream Gap Tour in Hudson, New Hampshire. And then the championship game, 1:30 p.m. right here, Cyclones Arena. And you can join us live online on the PWHPA YouTube page, as well as CBC Sports for both of those games tomorrow and the game coming up later today between Team Lamoureux and Team Knight. Turner trying to center it out in front for Miano. The pass just missed. It's taken the other way by Team Stecklein. Comes across center, a little bit of pushing as Courtney Turner's been all over the ice in this hockey game. Really noticeable, number 3 in white. Of course, these are the best of the best when it comes to women's hockey, so it's no surprise that players are sticking out in this game. Pass was intended for Turner, missed her, falls to Gigi Marvin, toes the line and stays on side. Tried to drop it back for Megan Keller, turned over, and now DiCaprio will take it the other way. Tried to feed Larson, but an excellent job by Nicole Anderson coming back for Team Flanagan, forces the turnover. Marvin finds Anderson in stride. Anderson, her shot blocked up into the netting and out of play with 15:54 to go in the second period. Shots on goal, 10-7. Only 2 shots in this period. They belong to Team Flanagan. Face-off won by Team Stecklein. Anderson, good work along the wall to generate a turnover, but it falls to Alyssa Gagliardi, who will play it up ahead. Out of the reach of Sperling, all the way down the ice. This will be icing unless Skamora wins the foot race, and she does. Excellent hustle by Haley Skamora. Centering attempt is taken away by Dakota Woodworth. It moved up ahead, one of 2 number 9s out there with Nicole Anderson. Pass to the point for Sperling, just comes out of the zone, delayed offside. Team Flanagan's got to tag up. They finally do as Anderson gets back into the neutral zone, but not before it was collected by Team Stecklein. Greco lost an edge, but it's turned over again, and Team Stecklein will move in. Here's an opportunity. In front to the backhand, scores! Haley Skamora picked up possession in tight and dangled Katie Burt to put home her first goal of the weekend, and it's 2-1 Team Stecklein. Time of the goal is 4 minutes and 55 seconds. So just like in the opening period, Team Stecklein strikes early, and it's a goal from Haley Skamora. What a move in tight by Skamora. Not a lot of room, but she dekes out Katie Burt and goes to the backhand to polish off the play. Now it's Zaleski taking it up ahead. Team Stecklein looking for more. Zaleski gains the blue line to the backhand, chips it in front. Burt kicks it away. Comes up the wall, kept in by Zafudo, up toward the blue line. moved up ahead. Libby lost the handle on it. Pelkey for Kickham, puts a backhander right on, and Sauvé will make the save with 14:07 to go. So the goal announced unassisted for Haley Scamora at 4:55, and it was some brilliant moves in close by the former Northeastern Husky. And Team Stecklein, which scored 5:32 into the opening period, gets one 4:55 into this second period, and now they're looking for more. So it's taken by Jania over the blue line. That's going to bounce up and out of play with 13:53 to go in the second period. The USPHL's Northern Cyclones, team that plays out of Cyclones Arena. They have been terrific here today. That USPHL NCDC team volunteering throughout the day to help the setup and help out. This is tipped all the way down the ice. 13:40 to go. Up towards center, Haley Scamora. She's tripped up by Sperling. Check that. That was Jania who was tripped up. Shot from an angle. Katie Burt knocks it away. Another opportunity. Kicked in. They score! Once again, it's a rebound opportunity. And Team Stecklein has broken up into a 2-goal lead. It's 3-1. Time of the goal, 6 minutes and 30 seconds. So 2 goals in less than 2 minutes for Team Stecklein. And they lead this game 3-1. We'll see who gets credit for it. Puck came right back out into the slot. There were a couple of forwards in on the attack for Team Stecklein. Here's Flanagan. Skates it around her own goal under pressure from Olympic teammate Hannah Brandt. Intended for Gigi Marvin. Pass is intercepted and fired back to the blue line. Sperling inside of her own zone, watched by Paige Voigt, chips it up towards center, trying to get the puck out and in deep with Chelsea Goldberg, but she fanned on it. Now it's Paige Voigt, takes it in the other way, drop pass, wrist shot, and Burt will hang on for a whistle. So the goal is Emily Jania's goal at 6:30, assisted by Bailey Larson and Haley Scamora. So a goal and an assist for Scamora here early in the second period. We have a penalty upcoming with 12:48 to go. It appears that there's a tripping call coming up. And it is Reagan Haley. Will sit for 2 or less here in this second period. So a chance for Team Flanagan, now down by 2. To get back into this hockey game, looking for a goal, but it's immediately turned over and cleared down the ice. Jackie Greco there for Team Stecklein. Settled down by Katie Burt, flips it to Megan Keller. Keller, out of the reach of Coyne. She'll turn and take it back behind her own goal. One of the best transition defenders in the NCAA a season ago, one of the best in the world. Finds Flanagan. Newkirk pops into the zone, but out of the reach of Gigi Marvin. Clear attempt off of Keller's stick and right on to Burt. Penalty killers will change for Team Stecklein. Moving it up ahead is Megan Keller. Big opportunity for Team Flanagan. The rest of the momentum back. Off the wall for Miano. Her shot whistles wide. McKenna Newkirk. A lot of Eagles on this power play, so a lot of chemistry for Team Flanagan. Miano. Flanagan watches the point, gives it across for Keller. Back up top for Flanagan. Looks for a shooting lane, didn't have it. Off the skate of Miano to Newkirk, right back to Miano. 4 of the 5 players on this power play for Team Flanagan played together in college. Gigi Marvin is the outlier, but she's got experience with a lot of these players from the U.S. national team. McKenna Newkirk will give it off for Megan Keller. Bounced it. Newkirk got it back. Opportunity in tight. Looking back door for Miano, but the pass just missed. Scamora will collect and fire it tried to fire it down the ice, but that somehow ended up in the Team Stecklein bench with 11.5 to go in the period and 41 seconds left on the power play. So the face-off is going to come back into the Team Stecklein zone to the right of the goal. Cassidy Sauve has been tested a little bit today, but no shots officially on this power play for Team Flanagan, even though they've set up at will, but Team Stecklein's willing to give them the perimeter, just nothing in close just yet. Flanagan tried to force a turnover, spinning away as Pelkey, dropped it back. Flanagan's got it now, she spins away, gets around Hannah Brandt, walks it into the slot, shot right on tip, just wide. That was Jordan Giron. Zadie down for Giron, looking for a shooting lane, doesn't have it. Up top for Chelsea, Zadie gives it off. One-timer from an angle, missed wide. Puck is collected by Zadie, trying to fire it in deep, collected by Giron. Now give it on for Pelkey, walks off the near wall. 5 seconds left in the power play. Pelkey looking for a passing lane, doesn't have it. She'll skate around Hannah Brandt. Penalty is over. Team Flanagan now 0 for 1 on the power play in this hockey game. They get a couple of good looks, but are unable to respond to the two Team Stecklein goals with 10:38 left in our second period. Erabaru. Stripped by Zafudo. Tried to clear it out to center. She does. Now an opportunity against Larson. 2-0 with Scamora. Larson comes in, shoots and scores. She kept it and fired it herself, and Bailey Larson, who's been all over the ice today, has the goal for Team Stecklein. 4-1 now as Bailey Larson gets her second point of the hockey game. What a skilled play by Larson at 9:37 of this second period, and Team Stecklein has opened this game up with a 3-goal frame. Sent all the way in deep. So what a start to the second period. Another chance out in front. And Scamora just airmailed that one and put it up into the netting out of play. So it's Bailey Larson's goal. He's got a goal and an assist here today. And Olivia Zafudo checking in for the first time in this hockey game with an assist, at least on the score sheet. So Scamora and Larson each with a 2-point afternoon, a goal and an assist for both. They lead the way in terms of scoring this weekend. We are just over halfway through this hockey game, 9:50 to go in our second period, and it is 4-1 Team Stecklein. Larson will tip it in. Scamora chases after it, and they're right back into the offensive zone. Scamora gets around Keller. Sends it down low. Looking for Larson. What a duo they've been, Scamora and Larson. This will come back inside the blue line. Lee Stecklein is there. Up ahead for Zaleski. Out of the way of Kickham, and now finds Paige Voigt to open the scoring. Now Voigt's got a break. Lost a handle on a good job by Megan Keller defensively. An active stick broke up what would have been another great scoring chance for Paige Voigt. Gagliardi at the blue line. Her shot tips, but it goes wide off the stick of Paige Voigt. And they've seen enough. That is Brittany Ott in goal now for Team Flanagan. Ott, former product of the University of Maine. Another strong Hockey East program. Maine opened last season number 10 in the country. And now we're going to have a penalty as Megan Keller will sit, and Team Stecklein's going to go to the power play for the first time in this hockey game. So Team Flanagan gets a look, up a skater, can't do anything with it, and now Team Stecklein will go up a skater, and there is Lee Stecklein who's got the puck. Gets it back, top of the point. Can Team Stecklein really open this game up with a power play goal now just under 9 minutes to go in the second? It's a hooking penalty on Keller, who just had that terrific defensive play to break up the Paige Voigt chance. Shot toward goal, deflected a little too high. That came off the stick of Hannah Brandt on the deflection in front. Brandt looking for Scamora. Puck bounces around, hit off of a couple of bodies, and is cleared all the way down the ice by Team Flanagan. That was Callie Flanagan who cleared the puck. Now it's taken up by Stecklein, so captain the captain, and now taken over by Hannah Brandt. Fakes a shot, takes a shot right on Ott to save. Rebound Larson. Tried to collect the loose change. Ott was ready, and Team Flanagan will clear it out to center. Alyssa Gagliardi spins away from Woodworth. Finds Kendall Coyne at the blue line. Tried to sauce it across for Jania, but the pass was off the mark. Comes back for Zafudo at the far point. She gets it back now top. Zafudo fakes the shot, walks it, now dishes it far side. Shot is blocked up into the netting, coming off the stick of Zaleski. 7:55 to go in this second period.
The PWHPA wishes to express thanks to our local partners, the Cyclones Arena, Women's Hockey Tribune, Post Hockey, and Tops Sports.
Comes back up to the point with 30 seconds left on this power play. Gagliardi. Zafudo, they'll move it up ahead. Team Stecklein gains the blue line. Larson with it now. Trying to weave her way around Woodworth. Does, but the pass into the slot is intercepted and taken the other way. Woodworth up ahead for Team Flanagan. Finds Anderson. Short-handed chance. Anderson's shot goes high and knocked a stick into the goal, which is now being tended by Kim Sass, former Metropolitan goaltender in the NWHL. Now a chance for Pelkey on a breakaway. Amanda Pelkey walks in. Save made by Sass. Fresh onto the ice after the penalty had expired. Pelkey replaced Keller and walked in all alone on Kimberly Sass. And what a way to welcome yourself into this hockey game for number 1 in blue. She makes a huge save on the breakaway to keep this a 3-goal contest. Now Team Flanagan gets the kill. Can they turn that into some momentum here? Maybe draw this to a 4-2 hockey game before the end of this second period, which will be coming up in a little under 7 minutes. Megan Keller around Turner to the backhand. Keller puts it on. Sass the save. Rebound comes loose. Another shot from an angle, and Sass has seen enough. So she went from seeing no work right away to all of a sudden a flurry of activity in front of her in her own zone. If you're just joining us on this Saturday afternoon, Team Stecklein leads Team Flanagan 4-1 from the PWHPA Dream Gap Tour. Second stop on the tour here in Hudson, New Hampshire. Cyclones Arena. I'm Alex Thomas. Happy to have you across the globe here today on this Saturday on the PWHPA YouTube page, CBC Sports. Stecklein moves it up ahead. Zaleski with it now. Walks into the slot, lets a shot go, and it's gobbled up by Ott. She'll hang on for a whistle with 6:19 to go. Full day, full weekend really of hockey. Team Lamoureux and Team Knight coming up shortly after 5 p.m. right here from Cyclones Arena. And then tomorrow at 11:30 a.m., check that at 11 a.m. tomorrow, we'll have the consolation game. So the loser of this game will play the loser of the second game, and then the 2 winners will go on to play at 1:30 in the championship game. But really, in the end, there's really no loser this weekend. This is such a big event and a common goal, as Jana Heffer told us at the intermission. We saw the turnout in Toronto. The turnout here in Hudson has been terrific. The support has been great throughout this tour. DiCaprio winds and fires the shot that goes wide. Some great sponsors, including the NHLPA. And we invite you, after the weekend is done, to check out the Women's Hockey Tribune, another one of the sponsors here this weekend. We'll have a full recap for you of the weekend's events. The Women's Hockey Tribune will be covering everything from the PWHPA, the NCAA, and much more. As Skamora walks in, what a move, trying to get it to the backhand. A good job coming back by McKenna Newkirk. And not a second too soon, because Haley Skamora was looking for her second goal of the period. Now it's turned over the other way, and here comes Courtney Turner. She'll fire her shot right on. Sass makes the save, looking for the rebound, but does not surrender one with 5:09 to go. And just to wrap up that last point, Women's Hockey Tribune all season long will have coverage of the PWHPA events. We'll also be covering the NCAA as college hockey getting underway this weekend. Last weekend, really. This weekend, the first major one is Sass is going to come out and hang on for a whistle. Newkirk will win the face-off, tried to kick it back, it was turned over. And Newkirk able to fight around a couple of defenders and takes possession, try to fire it down low for Goldberg. Another turnover, this time will favor Team Stecklein as they move it up across center. Here comes Scamora. She and Larson have stolen the show today, and it's Bailey Larson with a goal and an assist in this period. Scamora dumped, it looks like Turner in the slot, and a weak fluttering shot is taken by Ott. We'll hang on for a whistle. 4:38 to go. Shots 20-13. Score 4-1. Both in favor of Team Stecklein from Cyclones Arena in Hudson, New Hampshire. I'm Alex Thomas. First of 2 here today. First of 4 this weekend. We'll have the consolation of the championship game for you tomorrow. Safuto looking for the shot. She'll take it through traffic, but it never did reach goal. Hit off of a body on the way in. Safuto. She'll hold. Dishes it back up to the top. Liu, her shot whistles wide, never got deflected. Was looking for a deflection in front, but Megan Keller, good job positioning-wise for Team Flanagan. Now the penalty coming up behind the play is Zafuto will touch it up at the point. And we got a holding call with 4:14 left in our middle frame, 4-1 Team Stecklein. We'll see who's gonna go get the gate. And it's going to be Amanda Pelkey. So for the second time in this game, Team Stecklein will go to the power play. They're 0 for 1. Both teams are 0 for 1. And it was Pelkey who replaced Megan Keller, who went immediately to the bench after the last penalty. And Pelkey had a glorious opportunity to make this a 4-2 game. Zafuto's shot is blocked. Woodworth will clear it out of the zone. She was looking to get a pass up ahead for Anderson, but it went off of Wallaschuk. Zafuto up to the blue line. Drops it back. Zafuto gets it again. She'll walk into the slot. Let a shot go over the glove of Ott. Larson. Wallaschuk feeds it to Larson off of her skate. Down low into the corner. Back up the near wall. Larson again. Wallaschuk near point. Looks for a shooting lane. Doesn't have it. Dishes it off for Larson. Larson back up top. Zafuto one-timer knocked away by Ott. Larson. Good pressure here in the power play that has 1 minute and 20 seconds to go. And finally, Team Flanagan will clear. Sass comes out and plays it up for Zafuto. The penalty killers will change, and a few new attackers in the power play for Team Stecklein. One of them is Kendall Coyne. Plays it up ahead for Haley Scamora. Scamora, 1-on-2 with Coyne and Brandt coming in. Scamora drops it for Coyne. Lets a shot go. Scores. Pretty passing, and Kendall Coyne will finish off the play for her first goal of the hockey game, and it's 5-1 Team Stecklein. Time of the goal on the power play, 16:47, and Kendall Coyne gets on the board. And no surprise, Haley Scamora gets the helper. She has 3 points in this period alone and has been so good for Team Stecklein all afternoon long. And they have opened this game up with 3:09 now remaining in this second period. This is chipped in. Well, can Team Flanagan respond to get something here before the intermission? Coyne will flip it up for Brandt. The speedy Hannah Brandt trying to center it for Haley Scamora. Missed the mark. Shot from the point. Knocked free, and Ott will hang on for a whistle. So Scamora gets the only helper on Coyne's goal at 16:47. Kendall Coyne Schofeld. Excuse me, Kendall Coyne Schofield. Stand corrected. You mentioned what a year Kendall had last year. Ended up participating in the NHL skills competition and the fastest skater, and that was right up there with Connor McDavid and the fastest players in the world. And then did a terrific job on the broadcast with NBC Sports Network, and now will be working with the San Jose Sharks broadcasting team in a capacity. And she won the Isabel Cup in the NWHL with the Minnesota Whitecaps. So quite a year for her, as that pass attempt is well off the mark and right into the Team Stecklein bench with 2:20 to go. Faceoff will come in the Team Flanagan zone. It'll be to the right of goalkeeper Brittany Ott. Katie Burke got the start in this hockey game. Ott Replacing her halfway through the second period, it was Cassidy Sauvé on the other side who got the start, replaced by Kim Sass about halfway through the game. So everybody getting a chance to play here today in front of this great crowd, and it was an electric atmosphere when the teams were getting announced pregame. It got loud in here, and it has gotten loud in here throughout times this afternoon. Cyclones Arena in Hudson, New Hampshire, site of this second stop of the Dream Gap Tour, which hit Toronto in late September. And there was a couple of other events. There was a New England-based team, as you mentioned, scrimmaged off against the Boston College Eagles, who started the season as the number 7 ranked team in the country. Scrimmaged at the Conti Forum on September 21st, and later that day, there was another group that went out to San Jose and played the San Jose Sharks alumni, won that game at the SAP Center. A really good turnout for that as well, and Sharks really embracing that. Part of their fan fest in the preseason. This is turned over. Pelkey with a shot right on. That's knocked away by Sass. She loaded the gun and fired it immediately, but Sass was ready for it. Pelkey forces another turnover. She's been good in this hockey game. We'll play it back for Miano, but it bobbled off of her stick and will eventually come to Megan Keller. Keller backhands it D to D for Miano. She'll look for a shooting lane, didn't have it. Goes to Keller, walks in, lets a shot go right on, and Sass makes the save with exactly 1 minute to go in the period, and it was Goldberg providing the screen out in front. Keller at the point will dish off for Miano. She walks in. Wrist shot is knocked away. Golden opportunity for Team Flanagan. They've started to get some good looks here late in this second period, but just unable to connect. And now another turnover. Turner tries to play it for Goldberg, eventually does, and Chelsea Goldberg will fire it in deep. Leu will collect it for Team Stecklein. Dangerously skates it in front of her own goal, but she's able to protect the puck and then chip it around Miano up to the blue line for Turner. Turner tried to center it. Pelkey was Morgan Turner. Long shot from Zafudo is high and off the glass. Comes up ahead for Woodworth. Dishes it off for Anderson. Anderson gains the offensive zone, snaps a wrist shot high and wide. Comes back up to the point. Pelkey will keep it in. 7 seconds to go. Puck in deep, and that's just about going to do it for the second period. That sees Team Stecklein strike 4 times. Haley Scamora, Emily Jania, Bailey Larson, and Kendall Coyne get the goals. Coyne's goal coming on the power play at 16:47. Team Stecklein is 1 for 2 on the power play. Team Flanagan is 0 for 1. 40 minutes in the books, 20 more to go from Cyclones Arena in game number 1. On day 1 of our second stop on the PWHPA Dream Gap Tour. We'll take a break. It's profile time, and then when we come back, we'll have another interview for you as the second intermission gets underway from Cyclones Arena. Once again, your score, Team Stecklein 5, Team Flanagan 1 after 2.
Visibility is probably the #1 thing for growing the women's game. Growing up, I always felt like people didn't take my dream seriously of wanting to play professional women's sports. So being able to be on TV for young girls to watch us and to see us, and they can take away from us role models that it is possible to follow your dreams and to get to a point where you can play sports for a living. When I was about 10 years old, I had the opportunity to attend Becky Keller's female hockey camp. Becky Keller is a 4-time Olympian for the Canadian national team, and that was really my role model. Getting in the community is super important, and that's why I started my own hockey camp in the summer to hopefully inspire girls just like Becky Keller did that for me. In order for them to stay in sport, to continue playing sport, to sign up for sport, they need to have those female role models, and I take a lot of pride in that. There's a lot of talent in female athletes in professional sports, and we need to continue to create a strong fan base, and that starts with the whole sports industry taking part, and that's from media, that's from sponsorship, that's from brands. As soon as we get them all on board, we'll start to increase that fan base, and then female sports is only going to take off from there.
After a 4-goal second period that included a Kendall Coyne power play goal there late. We talked about when we talked to Jana Hefford in the first intermission, all the youth teams that are in the building here today. Assabet Valley is here with me now, and girls, this is a very exciting event. How excited are you to be here today?
We're very excited. Yeah, we came to support our coaches. Yeah.
So, your coach, Bailey Larson,
Caitlin Sperling.
they've had a pretty good afternoon here. Larson's even scored one. How exciting is that to see?
Very exciting. Very exciting.
Now, a lot of the women participating here this afternoon didn't have the chance to watch women play professional hockey growing up. How important is that for you guys to have these idols? I mean, you look back at the Winter Olympics last year, right? They win gold. Now you have this Dream Gap Tour that's bridging the gap and really putting a spotlight on professional women's hockey. How important is that to youth hockey players like yourselves?
I think it's good because it shows them where they can go. Like, as a little girl growing up, to see those people succeed, it gives them inspiration.
What are you all looking to see here in the final period of this game, and then the next game, Team Lamoureux, Team Knight? I mean, more Olympians, more gold medalists.
More goals!
I don't know if we're going to see any fights today. We've only seen 3 penalties, so I'm not sure we're going to have too much of the rough stuff here this afternoon. But if you're looking for goals, we do have a lot of skill. Girls, thank you so much for joining me here. Enjoy the rest of the afternoon, and good luck the rest of the season.
Yeah, thank you.
Rebecca Johnston is another one of the key players involved in the Dream Gap Tour. She's not here today, but she is a part of this, including the stop in Toronto. Let's take a look at Rebecca Johnston.
I was almost born into playing hockey. My dad played, and my 2 older sisters and older brother played at the time. So when I was 4 years old, I started playing on the outdoor rink, actually. It was like -30, and I was just having the time of my life. And so I think that's when I started to fall in love with hockey. Growing up, I played on the guys' team. There weren't many girls playing that I knew of, so that was really my only option. There were a lot of aspects of it that were challenging. There were some teams that would say that I didn't belong in the ice, like, why are you playing guys hockey? And that didn't stop me. I just wanted to get better, and I knew I was talented enough to be there, and I deserved to be playing. And I had a lot of support. I had a great team that I was on and great coaching staff, and they all believed in me, and I think it really helped me develop as a hockey player. So if anyone ever went through what I had went through, and I think just use it as motivation and prove them wrong. You know, don't let anyone bring you down, and just be strong and just fight for what you believe in and what you want. I hope that the female game just continues to grow and we get that exposure, and I think that was a really great step in the NHL All-Star weekend for us to be there and just participate. A lot of people are talking about it now and realizing that there is a lot of talent. There's a lot of great women hockey players out there, and I mean, I've had some young girls come up to me like, you're my favorite player, and I watch you all the time on TV, and like, that is an amazing feeling to have that women role model for them, and I just hope that it continues to move in the right direction. And you know, it is a women's sport, it's not just a man's sport, and that's just amazing to see.
things pumpkin at Dunkin. America runs on Dunkin.
Third and final period of game number 1 on day number 1 of the second stop in the Dream Gap Tour for the PWHPA. I'm Alex Thomas. Really happy to have you alongside today. Such a big day here in Hudson, New Hampshire. Such a great crowd at Cyclones Arena. Team Stecklein leading 5-1 after 2, and it was an outburst in the second period that was punctuated by a power play goal by Kendall Coyne Schofield at 16:47. Bailey Larson scored a goal at 9:37 in that period. Emily Jania getting a goal at 6:30, and Haley Scamora opening the scoring in the period at 4:55. Scamora, 3 points in that period, a goal and 2 assists. Larson with a goal and an assist so far in this hockey game. The goaltenders will remain the same. Kim Sass in goal for Team Stecklein, and it will be Brittany Ott continuing on for Team Flanagan. Team Flanagan will go from right to left across your screen. Team Stecklein from left to right in our third and final period here on the PWHPA YouTube page and on CBC Sports in Canada. And we're happy to have you here on this Saturday afternoon. Team Lamoureux Team Night coming up next from Cyclones Arena. And the second game, the 2 winners will play tomorrow at 1:30 in the championship game here at Cyclones Arena. And the 2 teams that take the defeat today will play tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. right here. We'll have both those games for you. And another strong crowd expected here tomorrow. What a turnout it has been in the first 2 stops, Toronto and now Hudson. Very good turnout in San Jose as well. That alumni game for the PWHPA against the San Jose Sharks alumni at SAP Center. And we told you about the New England area team that took on the Boston College Eagles. And how about BC? A 6-0 win on Thursday night against Holy Cross, and they rank 7th in the country now. And it all started with that scrimmage victory, 3-2 over the PWHPA. Gigi Marvin will take the face-off against Jania, and it is won by Team Stecklein. And we are underway in the third period. This is going to be icing, and we'll get our first whistle just 9 seconds in. And an opportunity here for Team Flanagan to get an offensive zone face-off. Five to 1 your score. We were tied 1 apiece after 1, and it was a relatively even first period, but the ice just tilted there in period number 2. We'll see if Team Flanagan can force a comeback here. As Gigi Marvin will try and get things going. Played back up top for Flanagan. Her shot toward goal, saved by Suss. Rebound pushed wide off the stick of Marvin. So good pressure early in the period. Woodworth turns, fires a shot through traffic. That was blocked at the last second. But good pressure from Team Flanagan off the offensive zone faceoff. Finally cleared out by Team Stecklein, but turned right over and carried in by Anderson. Her shot whistles wide up to the blue line. Too far ahead for Keller. Comes back for Flanagan inside of her own blue line. Kendall Coyne Schofield. That's a shot go that's denied by Ott from an angle. Brandt in front, looking for a deflection, but it just missed. Coming back out to center. Chipped in by Greco. Leby. Bumped by Keller. Brandt. Newkirk trying to wrestle it free. Hannah Brandt trying to play it back for Greco. Intercepted. Another pass is turned over. This time, Team Flanagan turning it over inside of their own zone. Pass down low for Brandt, hopped over her stick. She would have had a clear path to the goal, and another high-danger scoring chance for Team Stecklein that seems to have taken over in that area of the ice. Newkirk will flip it in over the blue line, out of the reach of Giron, chipped away by Greco. A little under 2 minutes evaporated here. Hannah Brandt forced back at the blue line. Another turnover this time. It'll be Paige Voigt who walks in. Voigt drops it back. In front, another opportunity. Zafudo couldn't get a handle on it. Back up to the point, and Zaleski, she'll chip it around Giron, and we'll send it in deep. Morgan Turner. Liu. Shot knocked away. Zafudo inches in, keeps the play alive. She lost an edge along the far wall. Newkirk trying to swipe it free for Team Flanagan, unable to do so. So after a good start to this third period by Team Flanagan, Team Stecklein settling things down. Trying to clinch that spot in the championship game. They have a 4-goal cushion with 17.5 minutes to play. Leu will come back behind her own goal and collect for Team Stecklein. This is flipped up to center. Megan Sperling up ahead. Pelkey. Got Caitlin Sperling going to the goal. And we'll get a whistle. You see some of those signs over in the far corner over there in the Team Stecklein zone. And they have the dream wall here inside Cyclone Arena. You know, we mentioned in our second intermission all the girls' youth teams that are here today wearing their jerseys and having the opportunity to have players and idols to look up to, which has not always been the case. And Jana Heffer told us the same thing in the first intermission. And the support has been there as the shot from Keller is gobbled up by Sass. The support has been there throughout this Dream Gap tour. And really the support has been there for a long time. You look at the 2018 Olympics and that team captivated the imagination of this country as Miano's shot goes wide. And it was voted at the ESPYs later that year as the best game of the year. Jackie Greco in the penalty box. Team Flanagan on the power play for just a second time in this hockey game. Team Stecklein is 1 for 2. Team Flanagan trying to respond here. And this is Callie Flanagan. Walks in, wrist shot, scores! Right on cue. Team Flanagan does answer on the power play. And it's a 5-2 game. Goal comes 3 minutes and 20 seconds in to this third period. And it takes just 35 seconds on the power play for Team Flanagan to chip into this deficit. So there is life for Team Flanagan. They needed one early in this period. They get it. And now down 3. A little more manageable of a situation with 16:38 to go in this third period. But they'll need another one here relatively quickly. Team Stecklein going to try and put their foot down on the gas and push this thing over the finish line. Errant pass back out to the point. It's going to go all the way into the Team Stecklein zone. Wallachuk, D to D for Elise Stecklein. Moves it up ahead. Libby gains the blue line. And that is offside with 16:11 to go in our third period. Team Knight, Team Lamoureux coming up next in the second game of our doubleheader. So it's the BC connection on the power play. Callie Flanagan, the captain, gets the goal at 3:20, and it is Megan Keller who will get the only assist. Megan Keller with a pair of helpers in this game today. And look out. Tony Amiano lost her stick, but an excellent job by Chelsea Zadie coming back. She's going to go right on goal. Zafudo. Boy, what hustle by Chelsea Zadie to come back after Miano lost her stick just inside of the blue line and it created a rush the other way. This is chipped up by Gigi Marvin, and then off the stick of Courtney Turner into the corner. Turner and Zafudo, the number 3s in this hockey game, go head-to-head. Team Flanagan will dig it free. Gigi Marvin bumps down a defender. Anderson back up top. Miano, her shot partially blocked, comes along the near wall. Sperling trying to get there, unable to do so. This is chipped up to the blue line and hops over the stick of Anderson. Miano gets around Larson, walks into the offensive zone. Miano into the slot, dishes it off. Anderson, wrist shot knocked off the shoulder of Sass. That's a big save. Is that what I mean? This is a 2-goal game with a little over 15 minutes to go, and all of a sudden the tide would have turned in this hockey game. Clearing attempt turned over Miano, but she lost the handle on it, and it'll come back out to center. Megan Sperling with it. She'll curl inside of her own blue line, watched by Larson. Played it up ahead. Anderson tips it around Greco all the way down the ice. Sass will settle it, and Zafudo takes it. Up towards center, Sperling will force it back to Woodworth. Dakota Woodworth. Turned over, Zaleski gains the blue line for Team Stecklein. Tries to drop it across, into the slot and does. Back up top for Greco. Her shot blocked. That was McKenna Newkirk getting in the lane. Pass across is turned over. Team Flanagan will move it up ahead. Here is Callie Flanagan moving in. She gets hooked at a penalty coming up. So Team Flanagan, who just scored on the power play, is going to get another power play here with 14:11 to go. So this gets interesting. Callie Flanagan scored the goal at 3:20, and now another power play coming up for Team Flanagan. And it's going to be Jackie Greco who gets the gate. So this is a crucial 2 minutes with 14:11 to go in regulation time. Kendall Coyne-Schofield wasting no time getting that out to center and tried to create a rush with her speed, but Tony Amiano was in the perfect position to prevent that. Errant pass across center. Miano's got it now. She'll gain the blue line, pulls up, tries to send it in deep. Coyne-Schofield is there. McKenna Newkirk. Flanagan taps it up ahead for Keller, gains the blue line. Megan Keller weaves her way in, drops it for Miano. Down low for Newkirk. Under some pressure. Almost Wallace chuck in there. Miano across for Keller, back up top for Flanagan. This BC heavy power play will set things up. Miano shot toward goal, looking for a tip from Marvin in front, but it just missed. Keller trying to get away from two defenders, could not. Her former Olympic teammate Hannah Brandt will pick it up, gain center, and fire the puck in deep with 50 seconds gone by on this key power play for Team Flanagan. Greco getting the gate for hooking almost halfway through her penalty. Turned over, and Haley Scamora will fire it in deep. Brittany Ott, the veteran goaltender, will settle things down and leave it for Miano, who takes some time to waits for something to develop from behind her own goal. Stretch pass for Kickham. She ran into Pelkey, and that'll allow Team Stecklein to just fire it down the length of the ice. That was Jania, who's also got a goal in this hockey game, who fired it in deep. Chelsea Zadie tipped up ahead of the blue line. Taken by Leu. Gets it back. See if she goes down the length of the ice. She's going to skate it up to center with half a minute to go in this power play. And now the Team Stecklein penalty kill is going to take a controlled entry into the Team Flanagan zone, but it's quickly turned over, and Team Flanagan moves it up the ice. Kickham gains center, fires it in deep. They'll chase. Stecklein, first one on it for her team. She'll fire it up the wall, out of the reach of Megan Sperling, and this is going to get down the ice and just about do it. So Team Flanagan had an opportunity on the power play, but it goes by the wayside, and these 2 minutes evaporate without a goal. We're down to 12:10 to go in regulation time. Turnover forced Hannah Brandt down low. Another opportunity side of the goal. Ott looking for the loose change. She finds it in the crease and covers up with Hannah Brandt knocking on the door. 12:03 to go in the third period. Team Flanagan's got the only goal. It's Callie Flanagan at 3:20, but they still need 3 more. Team Stecklein in control, 12:03 to go. First of 2 on this afternoon. Team Lamoureux and Team Knight coming up next from Cyclones Arena. We're really happy to have you on board here today. The second stop of the PWHPA Dream Gap Tour here at Cyclones Arena in Hudson, New Hampshire. Kendall Coyne-Schofield nearly forced a turnover and would have had a great chance. She gets hit hard along the wall. No penalty as this is fired in deep by Lee Stecklein. Stecklein's got it. Played it up ahead for Coyne-Schofield. Kendall Coyne-Schofield walks in, wrist shot right on, and Ott makes a save. Big rebound taken by Callie Flanagan, and now she'll transition from defense to offense. Moves it up for McKenna Newkirk. Newkirk gets around Greco, trying to send it out in front for Flanagan when he had a wide open goal, but they just couldn't connect. Clearing attempt knocked down by Anderson. Newkirk trying to feed Flanagan. Puck turned over again. Anderson's got it. Tries to put it out in front of backhander stop. Rebound out in front. Newkirk couldn't get a handle on it. And finally the pressure is relieved. It's cleared out to center. Zadie, watched by Gagliardi, who we will talk to in the first intermission of the second game. Anderson. So we'll talk to Alyssa Gagliardi in our first intermission of the Team Knight, Team Lamoureux game. And then we'll talk to Team Flanagan head coach Bill Flanagan in the second intermission. Chelsea Zadie moves it up ahead, chipped in by Nicole Anderson. It's going to go all the way in behind the Team Stecklein goal. Anderson chasing after it in there with Pelkey. 10:20 to go. Chelsea Zadie gives it on D-to-D for Sperling. Shot right on, and Sass makes the save. Give Kim Sass some credit. She has faced a healthy amount of shots here since she came in about halfway through this hockey game. Replacing Cassidy Sauvé, who got the start. Meanwhile, at the other end, it was Katie Burt who got the start for Team Flanagan. Brittany Ott replacing her about halfway through the hockey game. Team Stecklein with a 5-shot edge, 26-21, the advantage here about halfway through our third period. Want to thank all of our sponsors here this weekend, including Dunkin' Donuts, the Women's Hockey Tribune, the NHLPA, Bauer, just some of the handful. As Pelkey walks out, lets a wrist shot go. That's knocked away by the pad of Sass. Comes up the wall. Pelkey dishes it back up to the point for Megan Keller. Quickly for Sperling. Under pressure from Larson. Gives it on Pelkey. One-timer. And that caught a skater up high. I think it was Jania out in front, fighting for some space for Team Stecklein, and she took that off the shoulder. At the other end of the ice, it's Haley Scamora walks in. Wrist shot blockered away by Ott. Larson will collect it in the corner. She's been really good in this game, Bailey Larson. This comes out to center. Zafudo will look up at the clock and then dish it off D-to-D for Stecklein, who will fire it in as Team Flanagan makes changes. 9:17 to go in regulation time. Pass in front, intercepted by J.G. Marvin. Marvin takes it up across center with speed. Pass from Miano was a step ahead of her. Stecklein tried to clear it off the glass, could not. Lee Stecklein's got it now. She'll fire it up ahead for Paige Voigt, the former Merrimack Warrior. Mentioned part of that program that really was built up from scratch and has been a constant in the Hockey East playoffs, and Paige Voigt was a huge part of building that program. Now trying to be a huge part of helping build this PWHPA as well. Wallace-Chuck holds it at the near point. Her shot misses by a country mile. Tried to get it around Sperling, but got it a little too far around and never really threatened Brittany Ott. 8.5 to go in this third period. Puck is chipped up to safety from Erin Kickham, who got the only goal the first period for Team Flanagan, and the only goal until Callie Flanagan scored here in the third. Miano forces a turnover at center. She'll walk it in, try to get through a defender. Puck comes loose in the slot. Another opportunity is blocked. Second chance pushed wide. Good job by Kickham to force that second opportunity, resulted in a third, but Team Flanagan cannot find a way to beat Kim Sass, who's been really good since coming into this hockey game. Nearly too many skaters against Team Flanagan as they were making a change, and the puck came in to the bench area. Courtney Turner dishes it off. Newkirk with the shot, missed it wide. Zadie. Good job by Chelsea Zadie. Able to protect the puck and send it in deep. Allows Goldberg to go chasing after it. Newkirk. Now Turner. Up to the point that hopped over the stick of Sperling. Going to go all the way down the ice. Zadie is gassed at the end of a shift and is almost beaten to the puck by Zaleski. She'll fire it around the wall. Turned over. Centering pass, finds nobody. Chelsea Goldberg will collect the loose change along the near wall. Kendall Coyne-Schofield will keep it in, the former Patty Kazmaier winner. Drops it back, Stecklein shot blocked, trying to fire it out in front. There is the former Husky, Coyne-Schofield. One of the many gold medalists in that 2018 team that is partaking in today's event. This comes back out to center as Team Flanagan moves it up ahead, and it's Courtney Turner with speed. Team Flanagan makes changes, so Courtney Turner is in on her own. But she's still able to keep the puck away from Gagliardi. Amanda Pelkey spins up. She had a breakaway denied earlier. Now centers it for Keller. Another opportunity. Side of the goal. They score. Nicole Anderson was parked out in front. And Team Flanagan makes it a 2-goal game. Things stay interesting with 6:57 to go now. Well, they just won't go away. Time of the goal 13:03. And it's a 2-goal hockey game with plenty of time. I believe Nicole Anderson got the last touch. There was Amanda Pelkey moving things around. Megan Keller was in that area as well. And boy, Megan Keller's been good in this hockey game. 2 assists already. I don't know if she's going to get credit for a third here, but she was certainly involved in the play and creating the traffic out in front. So how will Team Flanagan go now? They've scored the last 2 goals in this hockey game and have made this one tight. Flanagan gets hooked. No penalty coming. Check that was Keller who got hooked. Plays it up for Anderson. Chips it across, far side. Dakota Woodworth gains the blue line. Woodworth, high shot. That'll hit the glass and be sent down the ice by Team Stecklein. Haley Scamora easily going to beat this icing. Scamora out in front. Another opportunity. Is that in? No, waved off. Well, Bailey Larson jammed that one home, but the immediate call from our officials was no goal. And that would have been a backbreaker if Larson was able to jam home her second in this hockey game. But our officials pretty clearly and adamantly calling no goal there. And the faceoff will be to the right of Brittany Ott. Well, Team Flanagan at 13:03 gets within 2. Draw is won by Team Flanagan. Gigi Marvin will chip it up ahead for Giron, who gains the blue line. As Team Flanagan comes back in once more, looking to make this a 1-goal game. Pass to the point, misses Zadie, and it's going to go all the way back across center. Zadie will gain center, now she'll fire that one in deep. Kendall Coyne-Schofield with a backhand with speed, couldn't get a shot away. Wallace Chuck, far point, her shot deflected on the way in and never came close to testing on. Turned over down low, this is chipped off the side of the net. Dangerous opportunity for Team Stecklein as this has moved up across. Araburu gains the blue line but forced back immediately by the captain. Lee Stecklein up ahead for Zaleski. In deep, Scamora centers it down low for Larson. Side of the net, a shot. Ott was able to knock that away. Greco tried to chip it in deep, but was unable to get all that toward the line. Greco will settle it down on the clearing attempt. That misses wide. Hannah Brandt, first one on it. As Gagliardi at the blue line, instead tried to get it down low. That's turned over and sent up the center. Caitlin Sperling will send that in deep at the end of a shift. Gagliardi, first one on it. Kickham. Now Newkirk. Kickham around Greco. Just over 4.5 to go. McKenna Newkirk on her backhand. Tries to play that up the wall and does. Callie Flanagan sends it in deep. Sperling has Kickham with her. Try to fire that out in front. She does. Sass bobbled. The puck is still loose. And finally the whistle with 4:17 as Caitlin Sperling was digging away, looking to make this a 1-goal hockey game. 5-3 your score. 4:17 to go in the third period. We're coming down the home stretch in Game 1 from Cyclones Arena. Face-off is won by Team Stecklein. This is moved up towards center. Turned over, Turner. Goldberg trying to get there. Team Flanagan with a pair of goals. Nicole Anderson with the second goal of this period for Team Flanagan, coming at 13:03. Callie Flanagan opened the scoring in this frame. But time is running out on Team Flanagan as Team Stecklein looks to punch a ticket to tomorrow's championship game here at Cyclones Arena, 1:30 p.m. Chipped out across center, falls right onto the stick of Hannah Brandt. 3.5 to go. Anderson. High shot, bobbled by Sass, and she'll hang on for the whistle. That puck came loose, but a couple seconds after the whistle, so no real chance for Team Flanagan trying to pounce. Real good crowd here this afternoon. First of 2 days, as we mentioned. 2 more games tomorrow, and we have another game coming up, Team Lamoureux, Team Knight. Excellent job by Haley Scamora, now trying to get around Megan Keller. Scamora coming in with a chance on goal. Shot is off the glove of Brittany Ott. The speed and skill of Haley Scamora has been on display today. The former Northeastern Husky has been nothing short of sensational in this hockey game, with a goal and 2 assists, both coming in the second period. And she has had countless opportunities in this game, has really been arguably the fastest skater on the ice so far today. 2:50 to go, and there is Scamora trying to get around Megan Keller, looking for her former Northeastern teammate, Kendall Coyne-Schofield, but they couldn't connect. At the other end of the ice, it's Team Flanagan trying to get this down to a 1-goal game with 2:35 to go. Will Bill Flanagan, the coach of this team, elect to pull Brittany off for the extra attacker? Jania at the blue line walks in, but this is offside with 2:28 to go. Shots are 30-25 in favor of Team Stecklein. Immediately following the conclusion of this game, we will have the Dunkin player of the games presented on the ice. And we're going to get a timeout with 2:28 to go in regulation time. And it is Team Flanagan who will use their timeout, knowing that, well, time is not exactly on their side here. Just 2 minutes and 28 seconds to go in this third period. Here's how we got here. Team Stecklein opened the scoring 5:32 into the hockey game. Paige Voigt on the feed from Hannah Brandt. As Team Stecklein dominated the start of this hockey game, but it was Team Flanagan getting one late in that first period of 13:21. Erin Kickham with a long shot on a feed from Megan Keller that fooled the goaltender Cassidy Sauve, and it made it a 1-1 game. That's where we stood through 20, and then Team Stecklein opened the floodgates in terms of offense in the second period. They got a goal unassisted from Haley Scamora, a beautiful goal in tight on the backhand at 4:55, and that is when the floodgates opened. Emily Jania would score at 6:30, assisted by Bailey Larson and Haley Scamora, and then it was Larson from Olivia Zafudo at 9:37. The scoring would finish when Scamora found Kendall Coyne-Schofield on the power play at 16:47. Team Flanagan with a power play goal, Callie Flanagan at 3:20 from Megan Keller, and then a 5-on-5 goal, the rebound, Nicole Anderson stuffed home at 13:03. So Scamora with 3 points, including a goal for Team Stecklein, and it's a pair of helpers for Megan Keller. On the Team Flanagan side, there's a wrist shot from Callie Flanagan, who's got one of the goals, but that's a little too high and misses the net. Newkirk, shot blocked, another opportunity, Marvin right on, and Keller on the doorstep, but Sass hangs on for a whistle. Well, it's a weird situation where when you look at how this hockey game's been played, Team Stecklein has been in control since the start of the second period. But Team Flanagan's had some good chances and maybe getting overshadowed here by Haley Scamora's offensive performance as Kim Sass, the goaltender, who has had to make a couple of big saves in traffic, including the one she just made with Megan Keller sitting on the doorstep as a desperate Team Flanagan tries to get within one. The net is empty. Flanagan will play it around the wall for Tony Ann Miano. Turned over. Coyne-Schofield and Brandt down low for Team Stecklein, trying to seal this hockey game with 1:44 to go in regulation time. Puck comes out into the slot, moved up ahead by Newkirk. Flanagan up for Keller. Bobbles it, settles it down, lost it. Now Brandt will take it. Slaps it into the zone, but Flanagan's there. Miano quickly up ahead for Gigi Marvin. Marvin bobbled it, lost it. Jania tried the shot, now Scamora to the empty net. She scores! That's lights out as Team Stecklein is going to take this first game and punch their ticket to tomorrow's championship. And it is the 4th point and 2nd goal of the hockey game for Haley Scamora. The former Northeastern Husky has been terrific today, and at 18:39 of this third period puts away a well-earned victory for Team Stecklein. And they will await the winner of the Team Lamoureux Team Night game here a little after 5 p.m. It's an unassisted goal for Scamora after forcing the turnover at center. As we hit the final minute, and really it's fitting that Haley Scamora is the one, as this will be icing. Sperling first one back to touch for Team Flanagan. Very fitting that it is Haley Scamora who puts this game away and makes it 6-3. She has arguably been the best player on the ice today. Team Flanagan will finish their weekend tomorrow in the consolation game, which comes your way at 11 a.m. from Cyclones Arena. If you can't be here, we'll have it for you on the PWHPA's YouTube page and streaming live on CBC Sports up in Canada, as we are here today throughout the afternoon. 40 seconds to go. Team Stecklein going to win this first game of the second stop on the PWHPA Dream Gap Tour. Turner will block it in over the blue line, forced back by Wallachuk. Hopped over a stick and will come back out to center. Goldberg for Flanagan with 18 seconds to go. Out of the reach of Goldberg. Reminder, stick around as soon as this game's over. The Dunkin Players of the Game will be presented on the ice. One of the sponsors of this event, and really one of the great sponsors of women's hockey, is Dunkin. Team Stecklein will skate it out across center, and that'll do it. They take game number 1 of the weekend 6-3 and will move on to the championship game tomorrow, where they will play the winner of Team Knight and Team Lamoureux. And Team Flanagan will play in the consolation game tomorrow at 11 a.m. Haley Scamora pacing Team Stecklein with 2 goals and 2 assists for 4 points on the game. Megan Keller pacing the way for Team Flanagan. She had 2 assists. The goal scorers in this game, Erin Kickham, Callie Flanagan, and Nicole Anderson, as the teams will come and shake hands. One of the great traditions here at these Dream Gap Tour games, because in the end, as Jana Heffer told us in that first intermission, you know, the rivalry is fun and it'll be back on, but everybody's on the same team here. With that common goal of trying to make women's hockey a better place, and this tour is a big part of that, and they've done an excellent job here through the first few weeks. Of course, as we told you earlier, that stop in Toronto and here in Hudson with great fan support. So many youth players in here today, and as we talked to the Assabet Valley girls team here in the second intermission, what they were saying about the, you know, they can come see their coaches play. Bailey Larson, one of them, and you know, have an opportunity to have those idols to look up to that their idols never really had. The teams will line up on their respective blue lines here. Final shots on goal count in this hockey game, by the way, was 30-27 in favor of the victors, Team Stecklein. Final power play numbers were 1 for 2 for Team Stecklein. Power play goal from Kendall Coyne-Schofield at 16:47 of the second period. Team Flanagan 1 for 3. Callie Flanagan power play goal for them. That came 3 minutes and 20 seconds into the third period. Well, we have 2 youth players, Sean Reagan here presenting the players of the game, and Nicole Anderson will get that honor for Team Flanagan. She had the goal at 13:03. And no surprise, there is Haley Scamora for Team Stecklein with 2 goals and 2 assists on the afternoon. She was terrific in this hockey game. Be pretty cool here in the designated autograph area where select players from this game will meet some of the fans in this building. As you get a picture there at center ice, you get an opportunity to see that. That's a great moment that those 2 youngsters will never forget. And really, that's what this weekend is all about, the opportunity for a lot of the young players here in this building to meet their idols. And you take a look at both teams coming to center ice, and we'll salute the fans here at Cyclones Arena. They will get a nice reaction from the crowd here at Cyclones Arena. Once again, your final score, Team Stecklein 6, Team Flanagan 3. Team Stecklein will play tomorrow 1:30 p.m. in the championship game. Team Flanagan back here tomorrow 11 a.m. in the consolation game. Coming up at 5 p.m., Team Lamoureux will take on Team Knight from Cyclones Arena. Looking forward to having the call of that game. We will see you then. For our entire crew, I'm Alex Thomas saying so long from Cyclones Arena. The pleasure was all ours. We'll see you back here 5 o'clock, Team Knight and Team Lamoureux. Once again, your score, Team Stecklein 6, Team Flanagan 3.